House of the Dragon is back, and let me tell you, it is better than ever. Tonight was the season 2 premiere, episode 1, of course titled A Son for a Son. Tonight's episode, I think, gave House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones fans everything we've been wanting since it's been 2 years since the ending of season 1 when we were left with that massive cliffhanger. And let me tell you, I was obsessed with this from the get-go. So let's go over it. I got my notes. I'm gonna keep it quick and short. I'm trying to get this video out tonight so you all know. Let's go. Starting off with the very beginning of the episode, I thought it was beautiful that we opened up with the Winterfell theme, bringing everyone back home because it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years since the last time we were in the world of Game of Thrones, world of House of the Dragon. And to be able to hear that Winterfell theme instantly honed us right in. I love the timing because we basically pick up right where we left off, which I love it when they do that. The John Wick movies are a great example of that, as well as the Hobbit series. Also like Lord of the Rings, where you're just picking up right up where you left off. I love it. I got chills seeing Winterfell again. I don't know. I mean, again, it's been 2 years, guys. You know, it's been 2 years. But seeing Winterfell again was amazing. It was cool seeing, I don't know his name, but the Stark Lord that had Ned's sword, the big two-hander sword, I forgot what it's called. It's been a while. I'm probably gonna get roasted in the comments, but it was super cool seeing that. A lot of, what's what I'm looking for? A lot of like nostalgia baiting, which, I mean, this is how you do it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot better than Star Wars, for instance. We're getting to the nostalgia baiting, but it's done correctly. And I think the cinematography so far, we're only about 5 minutes into the film. I thought it was really cool that he mentioned that the dragons refused to cross the wall because, again, they're picking, obviously, what is his name? I'm terrible with names, but obviously Rhaenyra's son is there to recruit the Starks to fight for their cause. The Lord Stark is like, no, we have to watch the wall. And of course he's like, ayo, but look, you're defending against weather and, I forgot what they're called. Anyway, the people that live above the wall. And then Lord Stark's like, hey, look, man, so-and-so came up here with all their dragons and the dragons refused to cross the wall. You think we're just defending against, people and weather? I thought that was really cool. I'm gonna get so much heat for not remembering names, but it's fine. That was super dope. I love that. And I think there's potential for White Walkers maybe. I know it's gonna be hard to do, but I think it'd be really cool if we got some White Walkers this season. Because just how much time we spent on the wall of the north. So I think that'd be really cool. Because obviously in these films, everything is shown for a reason. There's a reason we went to the wall and we didn't just go to Winterfell. And it was also really cool to hear the backstory about how the Starks started doing the wall and they did the stone passing around. I thought that was sick. So yeah, the start was pretty great. And then of course we instantly go into dragons. I've got it written on my notes, all caps, dragons! And then I love this moment between, again, I forgot their names. We're the Targaryens. Rhaenyra's husband, also uncle, I forgot his name. Daemon, I think it's Daemon. And when he tells what's her face, if you had acted when you had the chance, I was just like, because we're just coming off Rhaenyra's son's getting killed from season 1. And when Daemon says that, I was just like, dude, that's such a savage line delivery. And I wrote that, I think that is just impeccable. And then going from there, we go into this beautiful moment where it shows Rhaenyra crying, right? She's standing over the, I think it was over a ledge, and this is just after, I forgot her name, but anyway, she says she needs like the proof, essentially. It's like she was just a raven just told her that her son was dead, and she needed the proof, right? And it was so cool when they cut to Rhaenyra, and you could just see, I don't know what the actress's name is. I'm shooting this straight up the rip. Like, it was just so cool seeing the actress coming in and just being like, that it was hard. Like, that was cool. And she was just, you saw the pure emotion. I teared up, and it was just like, dude, this is how you convey emotion. And again, the cinematography and the music is perfectly on point with this. And it was cool cutting to the rats. Again, we're getting a lot of stuff being called back from season 1, and I love how they do it because I think the directors and everyone knew it's like, hey, yeah, it's been 2 years. Let's subtly introduce everyone back, get everyone back in, get everyone remember what's going on. So it was cool to see them mention the rats again, as well as we get the white worm. We get all those people involved, and it's like they're subtly brought back in. They're not just like throwing it in our face, which I think is really cool. Again, I got the queen getting it in. She's still doing her thing with what is it? The head of the King's Guard. I forgot what they're called. But yeah, I thought that was crazy. I have a love-hate relationship. Again, I'm bad with names, but I have a love-hate relationship with the crippled gentleman. He's kind of like weaseling his way in. I love him because I think his character, I think the way he's portraying his character is fascinating. Then also, I hate him also at the same time. I just hate that he's like a weasel. You know what I'm saying? He's like manipulating his way in. He's the next Littlefinger, Yeah. Oh yeah. It was super sad when it cuts to Rhaenyra. She had just cut off her dragon on the beach, and they had the fishermen, and they had caught the dragon wing, and it was just like, oh, and I got to mention that was the proof she needed, and that I agree, that was the proof she needed. That was a really cool scene again, because she's the actress that plays Rhaenyra is just doing such a great job portraying that full emotions, because I think there's a lot of people out there, Kat, that can relate to how she's feeling. And I think she's crushing it. Ship scenes. We got some ship scenes, and then the boarding. The CGI it has looked incredible, and then the ship scene was really cool. Obviously, they're looking for people, and this is again when they reintroduce the white worm. Again, I love the subtleties. And then this one was cool. You had Damon was mad at the Kingsguard twin brother that went with Rhaenyra, and I love that he's because again Damon's on this. Damon, this is the second time he's made a comment about, oh, if you had just acted in the moment, we wouldn't be in this spot. It's the second time he's done that. But I love that what the Kingsguard said back to him. He goes, "We were sworn to protect the whole family. So what do you do when they turn against one another?" And I'm like, that's a clean line. I love the way that's written. Take notes, Disney. I just love how that's written. Just again, we swore to protect the whole family. So what do you do when they turn against each other? I love that. And then I've got underneath this again. Rhaenyra is such a good actress. Fuck. Because I think this is when she finally shows up to their massive table. I forgot what it's called, but it's the map of Westeros. And she shows up, and Daemon goes, "Did you get what you needed?" And I just, dude, she is just so. And then when she makes the comment that she wants, was it Aemon? I think it's Aemon. I'm terrible with these names. There's a lot of names in these shows. There's a lot of names, and they're not Dave, John, Paul. These are difficult names. Yeah, and then I have it down here. I was like, the actors are killing it. The cinematography is perfect. The music is incredible, especially when they were showing the scene between Rhaenyra and her son that came back. I love the way they portrayed. He was trying to still hold his composure because he's like, I still have a duty. You know, I'm still the prince here. My mom is the queen. And when he walks in, he's like, "Your Highness," and he's like holding back all the tears, and he's trying to report, and he just can't. And I think it's delivered so beautifully and just so, I don't even know. It's just a beautiful. Oh my god, it's so good. It is just so good. And then it cuts to the scene where they're burning everything. I guess because they don't have the actual body to burn. I want to say they burned she brought back the wing, and she burned the wing. At least I'm gonna say she did, because I guess that's like part of like the body she found to burn. I'm gonna say that's what they did. But again, like the music and everything during that entire segment was just chef's kiss, dude. Like it was tugging at the heartstrings left and right, and it was incredible. And then we get to the sneaking in where Daemon shows up. And he calls the guard over, and the guard hits him with the, fuck the high towers. And I have a comment, I was like, that's how you sneak in. Because, and I'm pulling that off of the Acolyte, where Mai just has the little kid distract the droid, and she throws the little ball on it and just walks in. And she actually walks past people, and it's like, dude, come on. This is a Jedi temple. Everyone knows everyone. How are you just going to walk in? Whereas in this, how it's properly done is he actually pays off the guard, who is against the high towers in general. But then the guard acts as if Daemon is still like, he's a peasant scum, and like he's like taking him to like the prison or whatever. So everyone's kind of like, oh yeah, just another day. That's a lot more believable, and it fit a lot better. And then we skip forward. The main plot again, it's the son for a son. The whole point is like, oh, we're gonna get them back for them killing our son. We're gonna kill one of theirs. However, it is that they wanted Aemon. I think it's Aemon, one of them, the one that has the missing eye, right? I love this shot when they're walking through the castle, where it shows the king. That's Aemon. Or Aegon. I don't know. When they show the king and he's like hanging out with all of his, I would call them bros. I thought that was such a cool scene because you never get to see like the people just in their normal, when there is no duty, there is like no jobs. They just get to be themselves for a minute. And I thought it was such a cool scene, just him hanging out. There's probably gonna be some people who don't like it, but again, it's like, it's the king with like his bros drinking, and they're just shooting the shit about everything. And I thought it was a really cool scene to just kind of like show them in the background. Like, this is what they do at night. They're still like normal, I guess, right? I thought that was cool. Yeah, just seeing them vibing was really cool. Then the final scene, oh my goodness. I thought we were going to get so much more. I didn't think it was going to go direction it went, with the guard walking around and like the music. Dude, the music with the storm. Oh, it was so good because it built so much like suspense. Like you didn't know what was going to happen when he walked into the next room, especially when he walks into the room with the handmaiden. And he's like, oh, for the rats. Like, it was so cool to see him just cut into character. You know what I mean? Because he's like, oh, I got to kill this guy. Then he turns, sees the main, he goes, for the rats. Like, it's just like, oh, I'm just here for the rats, right? And it was cool seeing him get back to where his companion, the actual rat catcher, has the queen by the throat, and then they're able to decipher, which one's the boy, because I guess that was like part of it, where because they mentioned to Daemon, they're like, if we can't find the guy with the one eye, and they just cut. They don't really like say what he said. They just cut from that. And it's like, so I guess, they got the kids of the kid brother, right? And the whole way that scene played out, the way that they don't show it, but you could still visualize it with the sounds and the way everyone else, again, the acting is just superb. And then she runs downstairs, and then she just sits down next to, again, the queen. Queen's getting it again. It's just like, Jesus Christ, girl. And she's like, they killed the boy. And I love how that's how it ends. And I'm such a big fan of this way of storytelling, like where it's like, it's the simplicity of telling a story without using too much dialogue, which I feel like a lot of movies now, there's way too much dialogue. That's why I'm a big fan of Dune, because the director of Dune hates dialogue. I've watched a video about where he like hates dialogue and he loves just people letting him act. And that was cool about this episode of the House of the Dragon. I was a big fan of the acting in the first season. This second season, again, it's just incredible, especially with everyone kind of growing up. You got these young actors, young actresses coming in, just absolutely nailing it. So, dude, 10 out of 10 episode. I mean, if I gotta give it to him, I'll give it like a 9 out of 10. There was one scene when Rhaenyra flies down on the dragon and gets off where it looks kind of a little bit, so the CGI was kind of off right there. But at the same time, other than that, it's a great episode. 9 out of 10. I think it's fantastic. It's definitely set up this season to be something huge, and I cannot wait to see more. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought. Of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Peace out.